Welcome back. One final point before we go tonight, what the mainstream media was too afraid to tell you about the news this week. This week, while the mainstream media obsessed about the Trump baby balloon protesters' plan to float in London during the president's visit, which, by the way, turned out to be a very tiny balloon, here are the things that happened that really matter. A bill in the California state capitol could make it illegal for Catholics to teach their kids the catechism. California Assembly Bill 2943 prohibits any practice that seeks to change somebody's sexual orientation. But that is misleading, because changing somebody's sexual orientation includes, according to the language in this bill itself, quote, efforts to change behaviors or gender expressions, or to eliminate or reduce sexual or romantic attractions or feelings towards individuals of the same sex. Now, the Catechism of the Catholic Church is very clear, calling individuals with same-sex attraction to chastity. So if Catholic schools or even Catholic parents teach their kids the tenets of the faith, according to this bill, that's against the law. And no, there is no exception in the bill for religious texts, as the bill's Democratic author claims. He needs to read the language in his own bill. But did the mainstream media tell you about this? No. In fact, the mainstream media is actively trying to tell people the bill isn't a threat, even though it is. A journalist pretends he's arrested for reporting on ICE. He says he was targeted for exposing the standard practices of the Immigration and Customs Enforcement Agency. But really, this journalist is an illegal immigrant who's been served a final deportation order. His name is Manuel Duran. He came illegally to the U.S. in 2006 and received a deportation order in 2007 after he missed an immigration hearing. But did the mainstream media tell you the whole story? Well, of course they didn't. Instead, they used a fake news version of the story to try to push the liberal open borders agenda. A man was arrested this week for threatening to kill Trump supporters and the staff of a Republican congressman. The man actually tried to run his car over the Republican congressional staffer. But did you see the story on the mainstream media networks? Did you see headlines about the radical leftists trying to kill Trump supporters because he hates Trump so much? Oh no, you didn't. The mainstream media wouldn't dream of telling you this story. The Associated Press ran a story this week claiming Trump is kicking immigrants out of the military indiscriminately because Trump hates immigrants. That is just a flat-out lie. The truth is, 40 non-citizen immigrants who enlisted in the U.S. military were sworn in before their background checks were completed. Then later, the background checks came back showing red flags, security risks in their background. So these 40 individuals were separated from the military for security reasons. But did the mainstream media tell you that critically important part of the story? Or did they pretend the immigrants were kicked out of the military just because they were immigrants? The mainstream media doesn't care to report any of that to you, so we will. And that is my final point tonight. You can reach me on Twitter at Liz_Wheeler. If you like the show, please send me an email at oann.com/contact. In the meantime, catch us here tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern. And until then, have a good night.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One American News on YouTube. And call your cable provider and kindly demand that One American News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.